Hi guys, no doubt in order to distract from the disaster facing the US economy, Donald Trump's tariffs have driven up prices in supermarkets and importers are either struggling to get the stuff or pay for it. The president has now lashed out at both the EU and Apple. Agent Orange is planning to slap a 50% tariff on imports from the European Union, and when it comes to the tech giant, he wants it to move manufacturing to the United States, something its CEO Tim Cook has said on a number of occasions is not feasible.
Breaking news, the US President Donald Trump has threatened a 25% import tax on Apple unless iPhones are made in the United States. Posting on Truth Social in the last hour, Donald Trump says he expects iPhones to be manufactured and built in the US and not in India or anywhere else. Meanwhile, he's had a wide range of things to say this morning. He says he also wants a straight 50% tariff on the EU beginning on June the 1st because he says trade talks are stuck. Writing on Truth Social, he said the European Union, which was formed for the primary purpose of taking advantage of the United States on trade, has been very difficult to deal with. Our discussions with them are going nowhere. Therefore, I am recommending a straight 50% tariff on the European Union starting on June the 1st, 2025.
Okay. So what's this all about? Obviously, it's about distracting the public from the disaster of his own tariffs. Now, I want to respond to two things here. First of all, Apple have said it's not feasible to return manufacturing to the US or to move manufacturing to the US. They moved some manufacturing from China to India in order to avoid the tariffs imposed on China in part. But to move manufacturing to the US would render the cost of an iPhone above $10,000 or something like that. It would not be possible for them to sell their products in the US. It's just too expensive. So they're not going to do that. Now, I don't know why Trump has come out and attacked Apple here. Maybe they haven't bought his scam coin. So Donald Trump, it seems, is trying to get companies or maybe countries to buy some sort of coin that he has. And if you do that, then it seems he's going to remove the tariffs on your product or on your country. Just pure and utter corruption. What I'll do is I'm going to strong arm you. I'm going to punish you. But if you buy into my scam, which is basically a scam, I'll remove the tariff. So he's using the power of the United States to enrich himself. Now, when it comes to the European Union, he's not getting it to bend. It will face him down. There may be some compromise here and there, but what is the point in doing a deal with Donald Trump? Because he says here he's going to impose this tariff from the 1st of June. He could remove it on the 2nd of June. We don't know. So what is the point in going to Washington, D.C., groveling, hoping that he removes the tariff? He removes it because you've given in to him, and then the very next day he imposes a different one. He's unpredictable. He's unreliable. So it makes no sense to go there and try and deal with him. The only way you can is to respond in kind, impose more tariffs or more restrictions on US imports, because it will damage his party. Now, whether this will filter down to Donald Trump or not, I don't know. But at least it will put some pressure on Republican politicians in constituencies where they need the support of farmers when it comes to, for example, import tariffs on certain imports, Harley Davidson, bourbon, Tesla cars, for example. So that's really the only way the European Union can respond. It could try and put out feelers to states which Donald Trump is opposed to, for example, California, where his party doesn't run, and say, look, we will reduce the tariffs or we will reduce the restrictions on your goods in order to embarrass Donald Trump. But once again, I don't think he cares. He just wants somebody to come to him and say, I'm going to buy into your scam in order to have the tariffs removed. And the European Union, like China, is not a small country that will go along with this. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.